guys, so what we're going to talk about is why am I always, let's have a look, let's get this on. So why am I always 3 to 6 pounds heavier on a Monday? Why am I always 3 to 6 pounds heavier? So firstly, I want you to know that there's a possibility that 3 to 6 pound isn't fat. So there's a possibility that it isn't fat. I want you to open your mind to the thought that it could be, I don't know what that is, it could be water. It could be water. Now, what I'm not saying, before we try and convince ourselves that Adam's saying that, well, all the weight I put on this week is water. I'm not saying that. What I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and make you aware of the possibility of what can happen to your body when you change completely the way you eat on the 2 days, which is the Saturday and the Sunday. So let's go. So we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so for example, we are eating 1500 calories Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Okay, so we're eating 1500 calories. So we've got protein, carbs, and fat. Okay, so most of my clients are on a 30, 50, 20. So these are percentages. So 30% of their diet is protein, 50% carbs, 20% fat. And this usually produces a really good result, by the way. So if you're having this every single day, and that's the way you're living, so you're going Monday and you're really strict and you're exercising, so let's put in exercise there. So you've got exercise, so let's call it that you're exercising for 1 hour, so on average we'll call that about 600 calories. So 600 calories every single day. 600 calories. Okay, so every single day. So that's roughly what your week might look like, or what you think it looks like. Okay, so why do you gain so much weight on a weekend? And why am I telling you that the possibility is the fact that it might not be fat, it might be water? Okay, so let's just flick over. So on a Saturday, I know people that eat up to 9,000 calories on a Saturday, and that's more than what they eat in the whole of Monday to Friday. So let's look at why we can possibly eat 9,000 calories. So for breakfast, so it's not crazy to think that we'll have cooked breakfast, cooked brekkie, and this can range anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000 calories. So we'll call it 1,500. Mid-morning, we tend to skip it because we have already eaten too much for breakfast. We're already full. And if we are eating 1,500 calories for breakfast, where Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we were eating 1,500 calories in one whole day, no wonder we feel fucking full. And no wonder we don't actually need anything mid-morning. So by dinner we're probably feeling a bit peckish again, so we're probably usually doing something on a Saturday, so we'll call it a Nando's. Nando's. Again, a Nando's can be anything up to 1,000 calories, guys. The time you've had your drinks, the time you've had the little side portions, 1,000 calories might be a little bit generous, and we usually have a little pudding. So mid-afternoon, we generally skip it. So for our tea, we could be having a takeaway. So again, this, guys, is somewhere between 1,500 and 2,500 calories. Whether you want to believe that or not is up to you. So we'll call it 2,000 calories. Okay, so that can be all the side dishes, the oversized portions, the quality of the food. It all adds up. So again, in that meal alone, we're eating more than what we would do in a whole day of our normal week. We're having 1,500. So evening, so this is where we're going to go out for a few drinks. So say, for example, we go out and have, we'll call it 8 drinks, and these are a mixture of shots, cocktails. So on average, we'll call it 300 calories per drink, and that's probably being generous. Okay, so 2,400, we'll call it 2,500 just for the math. And then on our way home, we'll call that supper, we'll pick and have a small pizza, small pizza, and that's the best end of 1,000 calories. Okay, because those kebab pizzas are big, thick, smothered in cheese. So this isn't unrealistic to think that someone's Saturday could look like this. So we have got 1,000, 2,500, 4,500, 6,000, 7,000, so 8,000 calories. So on that Saturday, we've now jumped to 8,000 calories. But what we'll be massively aware of is the fact that our day is probably a lot different to here. So now our protein on that day has probably dropped to about 15%. Our carbs have probably shot up to 65%, and our fat again would probably still be around about 20 through all the food, and we've got no calories because we've done no exercise. And then Sundays, if we call it, we go back to normal, 30, 50, 20, when it's usually a hangover day, so we're probably not back to normal, and we haven't exercised because we're saving it all back for Monday. So this is what causes, is a possibility of this is what causes the gain, because we're overeating in calories. So we've ate more in one day than we've ate in 3,000, 6,000, 7,500. We've ate 7,500 there, and we've ate 8,000 in one day. But it's not that, it's the increase in carbohydrates. So I'm going to do some math here. So 50%, so that was our carbs in the week. 50% of 1,500, because that's how many calories we're having per day. So that is, my math is, so 750 calories, and there's 4 grams. So 750 divided by 4. 750 divided by 4, so that's 187.5 grams of carbs. Okay, so your carbs on a weekend is 65% of 8,000. So that is, let's work it out. So not 8,000. So that is 5,200 calories. So that's 65%. Because remember, that's what we were having here. 65%. So that divided by 4, because there's 4 grams. So that's 1,300 grams of carbs. And most of us who are on diets are actually carb sensitive, and we are susceptible to gaining a lot of weight by having a lot of carbs anyway. So if this is what your Saturday looks like, and it's not to be unbelievable, because this is what some people's Saturdays do look like, and you're having this amount of carbs in one day, whereas normally you'd be having 187 grams, you're having 1,300 grams. Okay, so where does this correlate into why I think you might be gaining water? Because for every 1 gram of carbs, we store 3 grams of water. Okay, so for every 1 gram, we store 3 grams of water. So if on a normal day we're having 187.5 grams of carbs, so that's 187.5 times 3 equals 562.5 grams, okay, of water. And on a weekend we had 1,300 grams of carbs, so that can make us susceptible to storing 3,900 grams of water. So in 1 pound, check this out, in 1 pound there is 453 grams of water. So on a weekday, there's a possibility that we are naturally gaining 1 pound in weight throughout the day. That's why you can weigh yourself in the morning, weigh yourself in the evening through the increase in food and increase in water storage. Then our weight can fluctuate a little bit. So on a weekend, so we've got 3,900 divided by 453, so we'll call it 4953. So here's the magic. So we're having it's a lot of maths, this. 3,900 divided by 453 equals 8 pounds. So that's 8 pounds, the possibility that we could be storing 8 pounds of water just through our massive increase in carbs on a Saturday through having the cooked breakfast Nando's. So The composition of our food has changed. Like I said, we went from having 30, 50, 20, 30 protein, 50 carbs, 20 fat, to 15 protein, 65% carbs and 20% fat. So it's an increase in carbs, decrease in protein, and a massive increase in calories, which then made us actually store 8 pounds in fat in water. So that's the possibility why there's such a big difference on a Monday morning to your weight. It's just one possibility. I'm not saying it's the answer, it's the sole reason, but what I'm making you aware of is that water can change your weight. Okay? Eating more carbs increases your water storage, so that can change your weight, along with eating a lot of shit can change your weight. But immediately, like I said, you wouldn't put on 8 pounds of fat in over a weekend. It's physically impossible. So we've got to look to the fact that a high percentage of it could be water, and this is the reason why, guys. It's the change of diet in that day. It's the change of eating a massively bigger volume. So remember, 50% of your carbs in the week was 750 calories, yet 65% of the 8,000 calories you were having on a Saturday was 5,200 calories, and that was 1,300 grams of carbs, where you normally in the week were having 187.5 grams of carbs. So there's the difference. And for every gram of carbs you store 3 grams of water, up to 3 grams of water. So then if for every 3 grams, so 187.5 times 3, for that's the grams of water, so that's 562, and we know that in 1 pound of weight there's 453 grams of water. So in the week alone, through our diet, we're actually retaining around about 1 pound of water. You can lose water through exercise, you can gain water through drinking more, but this is just diet alone I'm looking at. Yet on a weekend, those 1,300 grams of carbs that you've had, that equates to 3,900 grams of water, and that is a possibility of 8 pounds of weight. So on a Monday, when you weigh yourself, look at what you've done over the weekend, and look at how you structured your week Monday to Friday, and how strict and adhering you were to your program. Then all of a sudden on a Saturday and Sunday you've gone off the rails. So you're fighting then to get back to your normal weight. But like I said, don't be confused with the fact that it's probably not fat, because theoretically you can only put on around about 2 pounds of fat per week anyway, actual fat anyway. So if that was the case, then, and we put on 8 pounds, then we're looking around about 6 pounds of it being water. So that is why, guys, you can have such a big fluctuation, and the fluctuation is just down to your change in the amount of carbs you've had and the volume of what you're eating.